that it was an astronomical calculating machine that calculated the positions of the astronomical bodies. So,
in 1901, divers exploring an ancient shipwreck off the Greek island of Antikythera pulled up a corroded lump of bronze, and for decades nobody understood it. Then researchers looked close and found more than 30 interlocking gears, hand-cut with astonishing precision. The device could track the sun, the moon, and the 5 planets the Greeks knew, and it predicted eclipses on a 223-month cycle. It was built more than 2,000 years ago, and a 2021 reconstruction by University College London confirmed it was a working model of the cosmos. Nothing this complex appears again in the historical record for roughly 1,400 years. Some people look at that gap and quietly wonder where the knowledge came from. The likely answer is human genius lost to time, but it remains one of the strangest objects ever found. Could it have been of alien origin?
So on March 13th, 1997, thousands reported seeing a V-shaped light formation in the sky.
Thousands of people across Arizona watched a formation of silent lights drift over Phoenix. Then a row of glowing orbs hung in the sky and faded out one by one. Officials offered 2 explanations. An amateur astronomer named Mitch Stanley watched the first formation through a 10-inch telescope and saw an ordinary aircraft. The second event was traced to 8 A-10 aircraft from the Maryland Air National Guard, releasing illumination flares over a distant range, slowly hidden behind a mountain ridge. Case closed, officially. Yet, here's a detail people remember. Arizona's governor, Fife Symington, publicly mocked these sightings back in 1997. Then, 10 years later, he reversed his stance completely, saying it was larger than anything he had ever seen and that it remained a great mystery. Interesting how Fife, who was a trained pilot and a former Air Force officer, changed his stance on this. For most of the modern era, the United States government treated the subject of UFOs as nothing too serious, but that changed on December 16, 2017, when the New York Times revealed a quiet Pentagon program that had been studying unexplained aerial objects. It came with real footage recorded by Navy pilots, and in 2021, an official government assessment reviewed 144 incidents and could confidently identify only one of them. The government later built an entire office to investigate these reports. Its 2024 review found no proof of off-world technology, but it also admitted that a large share of cases simply cannot be explained with the data available. The most famous involved a smooth wingless object that the pilots called the Tic Tac, which appeared to move in ways that no other aircraft can. Officials still list it as unresolved because they have no explanation. On October 19th, 2017, a telescope in Hawaii spotted something that had never been seen before. It was an object from outside of our solar system, the first that ever has been confirmed, and astronomers named it Oumuamua. It behaved very oddly. It was strangely elongated. It tumbled. And as it sped up from the sun, it gently accelerated, as if it were pushing it. Yet it showed no tail and no gas the way that a comet would. Most scientists believe it was a natural fragment of rock or ice with an unusual shape. But one respected Harvard astronomer, Avi Loeb, raised a possibility that made headlines worldwide. He suggested it might not be natural at all. And he proposed it could be a thin artificial sail maybe drifting through our neighborhood that was only noticed on its way out. We may never know because it's already gone. On August 15th, 1977, a telescope in Ohio called Big Bear was scanning the skies for signals from space. That night, it recorded a sharp, narrow burst of energy lasting 72 seconds, far stronger than the background around it. The astronomer reviewing the data, Jerry Eman, was so struck by this that he circled the printout and wrote a single word beside it, "Wow." And this became known as the wow signal. The signal arrived close to a frequency that researchers had long predicted that an intelligent source might use, and then it was gone. It has never been detected again despite decades of searching that exact patch of sky. And scientists have proposed natural explanations, and recent works point towards a rare cosmic event, perhaps. Still, after 5 decades, the wow signal sits in the records as the most tantalizing thing we have ever picked up from the stars. Evidence indicates that aliens could be among us already, and that they're watching us and they're waiting. Back in 1950, physicist Enrico Fermi asked a simple question over lunch. If the universe is so vast and so old, where is everybody? The galaxy holds hundreds of billions of stars, and many now appear to have their own planets orbiting them. So the silence is strange. One idea that was proposed in 1973 suggests that advanced civilizations may already know that we're here and that they're choosing to observe quietly, kind of like the same way where a human can go out and use binoculars or telescopes to observe wildlife. Another idea that exists suggests that anything that's truly advanced from alien sources would be so far beyond anything that we could comprehend currently that we wouldn't even recognize it, even though it would be among us, or they would be among us. And consider this. Our most ambitious listening project has closely studied only a few thousand stars out of the hundreds of billions of them. We have searched literally less than 1% of the known universe. So the real question may not be whether aliens are out there, but rather if they were out there, or in fact among us, would we even have the capabilities to perceive them? It's simply like trying to describe a person to somebody who was born blind. The blind person has no reference of anything that you may be saying and doesn't even have the mechanism to see. This leads to so many wild theories. If aliens are among us, are they shapeshifters looking like humans so that we can't recognize them on the surface? Or we may be looking at them but simply just can't see them. Kind of like there's all these different vibrations and signals going around us, like Wi-Fi signals and cell phone signals, and we literally just cannot see them. Also, they may not even be human size. What if they're smaller than the size of a germ? Whatever theory you subscribe to, there's no doubt that there has been an astronomically larger amount of people that 100% believe that we are extremely close to open contact, and that the truth about alien life is going to be revealed in our lifetime.